South African Military Health Service towards military health excellence.
Okay, HPV, which actually stands for human papillomavirus, it's actually a group of viruses. It's about plus minus 200 viruses with different strains. So it's actually quite common. Most of us through our lifetime we will be able to get some form of HPV infection, but the body is able to actually deal with HPV and actually clear it by itself. So in our whole lifetime, actually, most of us will go through HPV infection, but then we won't have symptoms of the HPV virus. HPV is a sexually transmitted infection, actually. Like I said, it is a virus. It's sexually transmitted. People that are sexually active obviously will be the ones that are at risk of getting HPV. So it's quite common in females, but it doesn't mean that males cannot get it as well. So we get the HPV infection, but your body is able to clear it. So it's actually quite common. I know that even pregnant ladies, it is a requirement that if you are pregnant, you go through HPV screening. Okay, like I said, you don't actually present with symptoms, especially most of the times. But what we normally do, we do a screening. We do a pap smear in most of the patient. Then we are able to do, if we look at the cervical, because with a pap smear you look at abnormal cells, which are precursor cells that can turn into cancerous, and you also do an HPV screening specifically. So you'll be able to check if the patient has HPV plus any abnormal cells that cause for concern. So in that manner you'll be able to detect if a patient has an HPV infection. But the body most of the time is able to clear it, unless if you have any, for example, immunosuppressive, people that are HIV positive, if you have any underlying conditions that might make your immune system to go down. Okay, in terms of the short term, you have the HPV infection. Most of the people it doesn't show. If it does show, we hope that your immune system is in par and the body is able to clear it. If it happens that the HPV remains for a long time and your body is not able to clear it because of different circumstances, like for example if you have HIV or you have any cancer or diabetes, anything that suppresses your immune system, you have the risk of developing precancerous cells that might predispose you to developing cancer in the long run. Okay, currently in terms of the prevention, there is a vaccine for HPV. We normally target girls that are not sexually active, or children actually, because like I said, it does not necessarily affect girls only. So we normally vaccinate, the WHO tells you about from the age of 19 to 14, but currently in South Africa we are talking about the age group of 11 to 12. So that age group is actually people that are not yet sexually active. Over and above, condomizing. Make sure that if you engage in sexual intercourse, you do protect yourself in a form of using condoms, and you go for regular pap smear so that you can be able to pick up if you have an underlying HPV infection. And if you are somebody that has, maybe for an example, like I said, immunosuppressive state like diabetes, HIV, and etc., then you know that in terms of when it comes to you, the screening has to be frequent than any other person. What I can say is that it's very important for us to go for screening, and we make sure that we vaccinate our little kids before they even become sexually active, so that we can be able to protect them from having HPV as well. And just raising more health awareness within our military community and our civilian community all over South Africa, just to be able to teach each other and to let people know that there is actually vaccines. I know how people are very scared of vaccines. We've got different types of ones. We've got a live attenuated and a non-attenuated one. So this one of HPV, it's actually not the actual virus, so it doesn't cause a lot of side effects. So it's vital for people to get vaccinated.
South African Military Health Service, towards military health excellence.